What if I told you that the Epstein files don't contain just names and photos, but a victim's own diary? And in it, she describes herself as a human incubator carrying a baby, hearing it cry, only to have it taken away from her just minutes after birth. Now, that chilling line comes from a 20-week pregnancy scan and diary entries included in the Department of Justice's massive Epstein document release, where a teenage girl wrote about giving birth at 16 or 17 and feeling like her body was used and watching her newborn disappear. Now, today, we're not just talking names and redactions. Tonight, we're going to be talking what this survivor wrote in her own words and why, if true, it could rewrite part of the Epstein story ever. Salute to everybody. I'm Uda. Welcome to On Go. Make sure you're liking, subscribing to the channel, and turning on the notification bells to make sure you're notified as we get into it. All my niggas from the Uda. All my niggas turn shooters. All my ops turn rap. All my niggas turn shooters. On the internet, you ain't been this right. You been stuck in a computer. Here we go, man. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is real. All right, cool. Let's start it from the top. As we can see, this is the document. I'll try to read. I'm going to read it. If it's any certain things, I don't want to further traumatize anybody. Some people have been through some real things, and even anyone that has been through this specific thing that we're reading. But we just do all want to understand what happened on this island or what kind of person is Jeffrey Epstein. All right. It says, close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes. Don't speak. She doesn't talk. I can't stop shaking, and it's been a week. A decision was made, but I can't tell Jeffrey. These things happen. Why didn't I close my eyes fast enough? The doctor was different again. I think from Israel. He had kind eyes, but didn't speak directly to me. This was different. A shot and those rod like things had, had a hook and so much pain. Ghislaine said to push all the pain away. I don't understand. Blood and water all over the bed. And she was right. Like a feeling when your tummy hurts and you have to push. She said to close my eyes and put her hands over my eyes, but I didn't close them because of these tiny cries. I'm so lost. I saw between her fingers this tiny head and body in the doctor's hands. It reached its tiny arm up and had a tiny foot. I closed my eyes and no more. It's chilling, bro. It's crazy. I don't understand. Just say these things happen, but he doesn't believe that. They yelled and screamed, and he said it will be the same in a couple of months. And she said she was fed up with it all. I don't understand what is going on, and no one will ever tell me. I can't go to school like this. It's crazy. I can't stop shaking. Why won't anyone make it stop? I know Ghislaine is trying, but nothing changes. Why didn't I close my eyes? Because she's talking about maybe seeing, witnessing. It's just crazy. I'm saying, yeah, that's crazy. I'm correlating this, right? Why didn't I close my eyes? I'm correlating it to the page before, right? Where she goes here. She said to close my eyes and put her hands over my eyes, but I didn't close them because of these tiny cries. She was hearing these sounds. I'm so lost. So she saw between her fingers this tiny head and body in the doctor's hands. It reached its tiny arm up and had a tiny foot. I closed my eyes and no more. So that's more to the beginning. You can see the context of what she's talking about here, right? This is crazy. Ooh, chilling, bro, chilling. Let's get through it though. Let's try to read this. Salute to everybody. I want y'all to just drop a like. Everybody drop a like. We're just gonna get through it. It has some pictures in this thing as well. We'll just try to skim through and just see what's going on. There's 32 pages in this document. Um, I don't really want to just skip over too much, you know what I mean? Because this is really somebody's words, and it's even, you know what I mean? I think a blessing in some way that we even able to read this, or this person's words was able to make it out. So many people write words like this, you know what I mean, all throughout time, and you've never got a chance to read them. We've never got a chance to see these people's words. This is some of these people's last cries on earth. You know what I mean? Not to say this was this person's. I don't know. I have to go in more fullness, but yeah, man, it's just a real thing. In the hall, Ghislaine said she was beautiful. She was, not is. She was a beautiful girl. I heard her. Where is she? Why did she stop whimpering? She was born. I heard the tiny cries. I cannot do this anymore. To think, man, this man was having children. So that's, boy, even that, what's the governor? I seen his mom. That's just crazy. These poems do not, let me see what it says on the top. My heart is breaking, a short life, tragedy. Still is crossed out, still born. It just put born, right? These poems do not live. It's a sad diagnosis. They grew their toes and fingers well enough. Their little foreheads bulged with concentration. If they missed out on walking about like people, it wasn't for any lack of mother love. Oh, I cannot understand what happened to them. They are proper in shape and number and every part. They sit so nicely in the pickling fluid. They smile and smile and smile and smile at me. And still the lungs won't fill and the heart won't start. They are not pigs. They are not even fish. Though they have a piggy and a fishy air. It would be better if they were alive. And and that's what they were. But they are dead. And their mother near dead with distraction, and they stupidly stare and do not speak of her. Hold up. It would be better if they were alive. And that's what they were. Wait, it would be better if they were alive. And that's what they were. Okay, wait. They're not pigs. They are not even fish. Though they have a piggy and fishy air. Is this the smell of death? But she says this, okay, it would be better if they were alive. And that's what they were, is they were alive, but they are dead. And their mother near dead with distraction, though. See what I'm saying? Near dead with distraction, and they stupidly stare and do not speak. It's crazy, man. What are these words in here, though? She was born. What is these letters like? He was right. A couple of months and two pink lines with a hold on being with others until after it was positive. Okay, he was right. So she was pregnant. She says a couple of months and two pink lines with a hold on being with others until after it was positive. I want to. Why didn't she protect me? Ghislaine, most likely, right? As long as I am wearing what you want, there is no respect for me as a human. I am nothing but your property and incubator. You only trust me when I am under your complete control. And I will never trust another man again. This is crazy, bro. Trauma, son, long lasting. Do some of these people that go through some of these things, do they ever heal? Even you go through therapy, you may go through everything in life. Do you ever stop seeing the visions of certain things like this, man? You know what I mean? When your mind has been pushed to a different side of, you know what I mean, of reality. It's crazy. He says, I am the only one who provides and sacrifices everything. I give and give out of terror, and you take all of me. You need me to continue keeping us all connected. A promise, but to not, she added not here, a promise to not respect your sense of style most of the time. But with these letters, it's probably like some code or something like that. Looks like, you know what I mean? Maybe something that could look like control or something like that. Maybe after a while, you start coming up with your own little coded language, probably. A promise one day you'll meet another man this trusting. Awful is written back here, though. See what I'm saying? That you could kind of see words. I promise to provide for you no matter what, keeping us all connected. Clipping. Unlike drugs, a child's body can be sold over and over. That is crazy. This is not surprising, but there is no such thing as a child tooth. There are children, they are children and cannot consent. They are missing the biggest in my own backyard and so many more. Like Mar-a-Lago and where I see Mr. Joe and Mrs. Ann. Mar-a-Lago, bro. Our finance department deals with all of the paperwork. Unfortunately, the finance department is also who knew was born a slave, life in a parallel universe. Unlike drugs, a woman's body can be sold over and over. The slaves in Lake Placid were invisible. People were playing golf at the retirement community, and right behind them was a slave camp. One U.S. shelter has rescued 10,000 child, you know the word. Sociologist Lewis Lee, right, has spent 24 years working with children from 11 to 17 years old who've been trafficked by pimps. One young resident left at her children of the night shelter in Southern California was forced to work as a toot in Oregon, Washington, Idaho, and Nevada before escaping her captor. Actual exploitation of American children cuts across every economic, ethnic, and social line, Lee says. This is not just a third world problem. Please release me from this torture and hell. Look, on that one page. Great. It's graphic, bro. You just put that one thing on the page. Scary. The headline below is not a metaphor. That's crazy. This story is about slaves, not people living like slaves, working hard for lousy pay, not people 200 years ago. It's about 27 million people worldwide who are bought and sold, held captive, brutalized, exploited for profit. It's about 21st century slaves. Release. They put down the definition for release. Trying to see how these words kind of look like this could be like, oh, controlled all by Jeffrey all the time, get away from it all, and go to New Mexico. What in the hell? This makes no sense. What about school? Behind the scenes, he's now controlling everything when it used to be Ghislaine, who some days act like she hates me. Secrets of all of them. I'm tired of keeping it secret. I know people are wondering, but I can't tell. I'm exhausted. Broken promises. I don't understand why she is treating me on some days like I am the enemy, but then we lay in bed together and how she she is how she used to be, warm. We also know that Epstein used to threaten some of the girls. I don't know about all, but I know for a fact he was threatening the girls to say, if you want these type of things to stop, then go get more girls. Go find girls for me. You know some pretty girls? I know it's of one girl. I don't know if this is her story, but I know of one girl. She said that this is what Epstein told her and said, but she felt like she wasn't that pretty because I guess that Epstein never told her that she was pretty. but said that if you want these things to stop, then you're gonna have to go get more girls. So that's just crazy, you know what I mean? That's the thing. Yeah, I've been reading a lot about the files. I've just been reading them, and it's been a lot, you know what I mean? He says he makes her feel my tummy, and it's so sad and confusing. Superior gene pool. Why me? It makes she wants them to be as part of the superior gene pool. Are they trying to create their own population? It makes no sense. Why my hair color and eye color? Because they looking for a prototype. Like this blonde hair, maybe this blue eye type, maybe the same little mustache man type of vibe, son. Look, better yet, look at the next line. Look, that feels very okay. And you already know what that means. National, okay. ZI, you already know. Owenist, figure that out. Like, but in thinking about these stupid, insane theories, he has, I guess, in his mind, it makes sense. The piano and music comments are made to convince me this is right and will create the perfect offspring. He calls them these people is talking about the little man thing, the little mustache man type bops. You understand that? And he was one of them people with the, you know what I mean, with the small joint, with the small hat. So you gotta, yeah, it's crazy, bro. I gotta talk in words, bro. I can't really tell you. Um, I don't think it works that way. And it's making me hate playing it altogether. Piano or viola, I'm starting to resent them both. I miss the person I was before. I was made into what feels as a human incubator. Special nutrition, gene pool, superior gene pool. Get away from it all. Special nutrition, behind the scenes, secrets of look, the newspaper clipping, writing it out. Broken promise. Crazy. My friend Blank realized much of everything and came to get me out of Mary's. She made me leave all of my things of value on the bed. She put all of my belongings in a trash bag. I have maybe avoided NM, New Mexico. Thinking because earlier she said I wanted to go to New Mexico. New Mexico. What am I thinking? So I'm just guessing for right now. This would be New Mexico. I have been staying with friends, but never more than 2 or 3 nights because my mother is on a warpath. Blank have been so great, but blank saw me changing and knows about the baby. He said he promises to help me and we will figure out what to do. I couldn't stay under the same roof. Your life will never be the same. Why is see what I'm saying? This is all see what I'm saying is words in this thing, man. Why would they redact this? You see what I'm saying? These things just look like a bunch of letters. But when you're around some people, you might have to start coming up with your own code work that people could probably break. You start coming up with your own system. But why is this blocked here when this is just all the red letters? If this was all scribble scrabble, you got this redacted here, and this redacted here. Why? Think about that. Why? That's like a code, man. Some of it they ain't decipher. Parts of it you could just kind of see it what it is. Why would they redact that as if it's a name? Probably. Probably it's a name. It's the only thing I could think. Maybe it's the name of a child. My heart belonged to her. She was so very beautiful. She was perfect. I can't bring myself to write what happened. I am so broken. I only got 10 to 15 minutes to hold and feed her before they took her. She is mine. I want her back. Destroyed. Who is this girl? Where is this girl? She is gone and she won't be coming back. Your clear eye is the one absolutely beautiful thing. I want to fill it with color and ducks. The zoo of the new, whose names you meditate. April snowdrop, Indian pipe, little blank, stalk without wrinkle, pool in which images should be grand and classical, not this troublous wringing of hands, this dark ceiling without a star. This is an old poem from January 28th, 1963. They don't put the author. It's called Child. Kind of use people's thoughts to put together newspaper clippings to kind of express this thing. It's crazy. Helps me. No, help me. Sorry. Please can't anyone find me? This is from a clipping from the National Geographics. Barely survived all of those procedures. My heart is gone. Concerned every day her passion is dead. Farewell to a princess and to an angel. Inhuman prophet. Like it says, help me. Look like it says, help me, right? Kind of look like it says, help me. Yeah. Right? Help me. See, the words kind of go like that. Let me see. Please can't. Please Please can't anyone find me? You see the code. You see it now. Unlocked it right here. You see it, right? It's not scribble. She wrote, help me. Look how she's writing. Look at the code. She's writing the letters like this. So she's writing, look like that. But it's HELP, help me. PLEASE, please, can't, CANT, anyone, ANY, right? ONEFINDME. So it's kind of like an up and down code. Like this is how, whatever, she came up with her own code to write. And that's how she wrote. It's crazy. Left Behind survived all of those because I'm wondering, I'm looking at the words, but I'm like, the letters at least, I'm like, you could kind of see words in it, but now I kind of see what the code is. April 22nd, and I had a choice. I wasn't ready, and she wasn't ready. My mother had found me, and it was urgent. After so many bonding moments with Jeffrey, Ghislaine, their baby inside me, with me, their baby, and their baby inside me. With me in the middle, she wouldn't even look at me. We said nothing to one another. I was so confused. When we arrived at Palm Beach, I was taken to a house close to Jeffrey's, I think called Ocean Boulevard or Saint Blank. But it was close, and I was alone, except for a new driver, not Mr. Juan, an elderly French lady whose pictures on the wall didn't have her. She had a thick accent and was kind. She said she had been born to deliver babies and had been doing so before I was born, similar to the last one with shot and hook, but too much blood with so much water and unbearable pain. She put her hands inside of me and seemed worried. I didn't understand something about the baby facing wrong way and putting inverted. Let's see what is going on. Steals the baby, brought such joy, brought her such joy. I love you so much. Pressure on the placenta. Things would have to be different. She said I have to be brave and strong and listen to her directions so she could help safely get the baby out. I was terrified seeing so much blood on the bed and the floor and started to panic. She had me flip over to my hands and knees and had me push and push, and it was so excruciating. I could feel everything as she tried to guide the baby out, but I was so tired. I felt I was dying, but suddenly she had caught a beautiful baby girl who had made more than a whimper but beautiful cries. She let me hold her and washed her and brought her back clean and perfect. She smelled so good and showed me how to feed her. But only after maybe 5 minutes, Mr. M came to take her. I was hysterical and begging for more time. He said those horrible girls were in a car waiting, but I wouldn't let her go. The old woman promised me she would be safe and I had to let go. 4 pounds, 10 ounces, 18, 18.5 inches long with beautiful long fingers. I'm dead inside. Life has no meaning. I don't want to be here. It's crazy. A couple more pages of this. It says the girl, it says the woman, look, so she took his picture. I mean, I'm sorry, this person's poem from whatever year, usually had the year on the bottom. Yep, 1963. Whoever's this poem from. She scratches out woman and places girl in there. The girl is perfected. Her dead body wears the smile. Her dead body. The girl is perfected. Her dead body. Girl perfected. Her dead body. We have come so far. It is over. Each dead child cold. One at each little pitcher of milk, now empty. She is used to this sort of thing because she highlighted certain lines. It's crazy. Jean-Luc Brunel, this is crazy, is a disgusting pig with bad breath. And I am almost positive does these disgusting things. She named him Brunel, Jean-Luc Brunel. Crazy. Because he is struggling with maybe being yay. She said he's struggling with maybe being yay. 6 weeks wasn't even given before being sent back. Punishment for trying to run. Why can no one help me? Ghislaine is gone. I am so lost. My heart is broken, and this is my destiny. When you're learning about life, the world is your classroom. We live where you live. Protected, family, firm, model search. Fuck is on that? Jesus Christ. Yeah, that shit's crazy, bro. This shit's crazy. Imagine what these people is dealing with on this island, man. Salute, Sharon. Salute, man. A-Dub, salute. Cyber Dream, salute. Hey, Mask Off, salute. Word. That shit's crazy, bro. I just been reading the files. Like, I could go through some other files with y'all. Like, that shit's crazy. Just reading the files and just breaking it down. Especially the stories about even Trump in there. In the Trump stories all up in there. Got a lot of pictures, though. Most definitely got a lot of images, man. But the scariest thing is that he got so many images of him with children. They got videos of him running around like the kitchen, one with this girl, like she's on the floor, like she's on the floor on her knees, all type of stuff. Um, plus Prince Andrew. Yeah, man. I've been combing through these things, man. I'm wondering about the other files though. They said like 3 million's out there, but it still got like 3 million left. And I'm just wondering why they just ain't release everything. What is there to hide in all of those things? You know what I mean? Um, in one situation, they talked about, I think it was a boy, right? Yeah, they said I think it was a boy. They said a boy had his feet cut with a scimitar, but it was so clean it didn't leave a scar. Had his feet cut off with a scimitar, and in one instant they talked about just this cannibalistic things, man. You know what I'm saying? Where they where they all ate from the baby's intestines or something like that. Like I think ate feces from the baby's intestines. You hear what I'm saying to you? So when we see that one woman that's running around, I don't know if y'all seen it. So as I'm covering this whole thing, I'm gonna start to break down. I'm doing videos though, upload section. The live be too long, be too much. But videos, you gotta go to my upload section. I'm gonna be doing more videos, especially shorter videos that kind of break down mad stuff that I'm seeing. Just the connections between certain things, and it's just crazy, man. This whole thing. It's crazy. Is this just the surface? Because I also did a video on his on Epstein's niece, Anya Wick, who's Epstein's niece. You know what I'm saying? The way she was talking, she talked about this. Yeah. She was going in, she was talking about Baal, like Baal and the cultic and all of that. You know what I mean? She started to break it down, but then she was saying like, you know, she feels like her uncle is like he's a pawn. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't call him a pawn because he was still doing some crazy things, disgusting. I mean, type of thing. So I wouldn't just say he's a pawn, because anybody can be used. But the way she was making it seem like a lot of these types of things been just going on in the family, and he's just more of a pawn patsy type. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't believe that he's really unalived, which is crazy. Which is crazy. Oof. Yeah, man. I've done a couple of videos on this Epstein thing, but this is gonna start getting me into reading the transcripts. Some of the other things is lighter stuff. We go into Netanyahu, all kind of people in here, you know, all kind of names. You just start running down the names that's in these files. I think Trump appears in it. Like what? If I'm not mistaken. Is it 5,000 times? 3,000. Trump's name appears in it about like 4,000. I forget the thousands of times. Um, Clinton, and so much more. You know, but what is this whole thing about? Yeah, this Epstein thing is crazy work, bro. This Epstein thing is crazy, man. You know, I have to be clicking pages. As I just click pages, because it's the files, you could just go in and just find them. You know what I'm saying? But you really got to click through if you want to find video and all that. Like a million stuff, bro. You got to click. You in there like this. Click, click, click. You got to keep clicking, homie. Straight. You know what I mean? Or really like fine tune it. If you want to search for something, you got to kind of like search specific. Like if it's something like a specific, something that was said specifically, kind of try to put that into the search bar or something like that. Because that will kind of like limit the search to certain keywords of whatever is in the certain files. And that's how you could kind of break it down. Because if you just try to go through the files, you bugging, bro. You're not gonna do this. It's a million files, bro. You're not doing that. You're gonna be clipping through pages that look like nothing, numbers on it, just nothing. So you really, really got to go through it. So if you really it's a lot in this whole thing though, man. It's a lot, man. You know what's even scary? Another thing is that you know, because we're thinking about flight records and manifests and who's on the flight records, who's a part of the manifest. But what's the craziest thing? What's not the craziest? Because this whole thing is crazy. But what's another crazy thing is that Ghislaine Maxwell, she actually had a helicopter's license, like pilot's license. So you know what I mean? And that doesn't go the same way as flight manifests go. You know what I'm saying? So how many people could have been taking helicopters to the island? I think that that would be the most undiscoverable way to get to the island unless you're going there by a boat or something. You know what I'm saying? And even those have manifests. But I'm just saying, you feel me? Helicopter rides. So they was, I mean, kind of linking like maybe a lot of people was getting to and from the island on helicopters and not taking planes. Why did they release half of them? Remember, the FBI said that they was going to have total transparency. They're going to release the files. You're going to get the files. We're going to get the files. We thought the files are never going to get released. People have been beefing every day about it, right? Now they break it down and give us part of the files. Wow, bruh, bruh. And we living in an AI day, you know. Come on, bro. You know, they've been had AI 1,000 years ago. But I'm just saying, bro, that's why they gave us AI right now. You know, hope you know. But I'm just saying, what they could do with these papers, bro. You know what I mean? Drop the files if it's real. Drop the files if it's out there. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. Is Jelaine still in jail? I seen a picture of her looking like her. I don't know, bro. I be watching a lot of TikTok, so that shit got my brain going. If I scroll past TikTok, even Instagram now, I'm like, you hear the music, the guy pull off the glasses, do the scan, he start writing. Like, what the fuck? Look at this. Oh my God. And they start making some connections on some stuff, bro. You know what I mean? Like even like how Charlie Kirk's wife, Erica Kirk, she was related to the person who created the bill, the dollar bill, the way it's designed, and like all of that type of shit. Like, how is that all connected? Like all of these people's related to each other. Everybody's related. How's that? You know it's related because remember, a lot of us never knew. Trust me. I knew. But a lot of us never knew until Barack Obama. And it's like, wait a minute, he related to who? Cheney? And who else? George W? Stop lying. Yeah, all right. Yeah, bro. Everybody's related, homie. Everybody's related. So when you just think of that, just think of everything when you think of that. If everyone's related, makes sense. Makes sense. You think what we saying really, really matter? You sure? You sure? You sure? I could put this in a box, and it's gonna change something right now. I'm not saying don't do it, but I'm just saying just think about this here. It seems more like a kingly thing where people is connected to this thing. It just seems like that way. You know what I'm saying? So that we got a choice in the ballot pool of the people that's in the thing. Don't know, bro. No, but when we're dealing with this Epstein thing, this situation is crazy, and I think that this is just breaking the iceberg for me. There's so many parts of it I could read, and I wanted to read that first. So I kind of started with this, which is the victim's diary, the victim's journal. So from there, everything else that I will be reading to y'all, and I'll be breaking down to y'all. I try to do lives, but when I'm doing more lives, I'll do more membership lives. Upload section. I got to tap into the upload section. Make sure y'all notify when I'm dropping, man. Yeah, man. Condolences to anybody that lost their life a part of this situation. I remember Virginia Dufresne. She was one of those people that said that if her story didn't get out, it's a lot. It's a lot. This whole situation is crazy, man. Salute to everybody, though. I'll be back in a minute, though. Uda. Always on go.
All my niggas from the Uda. All my niggas turn shooters. Uda. All my ops turn racks. All my niggas turn shooters. On the internet, all my niggas turn shooters. Uda. All my ops turn racks. All my niggas from the Uda. All my niggas turn shooters. All my ops turn racks. All my niggas turn shooters.